How's it going? Galore Wrestling Figures here. Welcome to another video. Today, I've got a very special video for you all. And today, I'm going to be unboxing the Defining Moment Series 2 CM Punk WWE Elite. And where do we start with this figure? Of course, this is CM Punk's first WWE Elite figure in over 10 years. And of course, in that 10 years, he has been in AEW. Of course, we did get AEW figures, but this is his first WWE Elite figure in 10 years. Definitely been a long time. So, if you saw my video of me unboxing, sort of, getting this the other day, I sort of unboxed it. I unboxed it sort of from the box, but today I'm fully going to be unboxing the figure. But I just thought I'd show you the box first. Of course, the front is going to be a reflection on there. The box, of course, same as the normal Defining Moments figures, got the ringside sticker there. It's pretty much the only difference. I like this box though, you know, it would be good to keep this mock. Also, I've changed the background slightly, put a few boxes up, so it's, you know, a decent background now. Of course, CM Punk on the side, the description, and I might not be talking much currently now, but it's just because I can't wait to open this figure. I'm lost for words. It don't feel real, you know, to still be getting just CM Punk in WWE. But I can't wait to open this. So, of course, here's the back. Of course, based off when he did the pipe bomb just before Money in the Bank 2011. Of course, yeah, I've sort of pretty much had this figure before, except it was, you know, had the yellow trunks, kick pads, except it was on his All-Stars Elite, it was. It's when he had long hair, no chest tattoos, so it's definitely different. Of course, this is the pipe bomb as well. Same picture on the side. But there it is. There's going to be a reflection, which is annoying. So I'm just going to put it like that. But yeah, so there it is, the box. I think the box is definitely good. You know, if you're a mock collector, this is definitely one to keep mock. I'm always, whenever, I do like keeping CM Punk figures mock, but it's either, so I've got this figure mock now, and I'll obviously open it, but I'll sort of never buy a CM Punk figure to keep mock. It'll either be sort of one that I've sort of got to open, but I end up keeping it mock, if that makes sense. But enough talking, let's get into this figure, because I can't wait to unbox this. So, as always, whenever I do a review, I always start off with the accessories, and I'm pretty sure every other person does. So, let's get into the accessories. So, you do get a few accessories with this. Of course, it is a Defining Moment. It does make sense to include a lot of accessories. There's the back of the box, by the way. So, let's start with the accessories. So, you do also get, inside the box, a quite cool backdrop. You know, you could display your figures with that. And also, the figure does come with a white elbow pad. But I'd class all these as the main accessories. So, you do get microphone that focuses, old style WWE logo, scratch logo, which is cool. You never have too many microphones. Well, you can, especially with AEW figures. You also do get a Nexus armband. Of course, I want to say this is pretty much the same material as, you know, the old ones we got. I think it was with the Elite 11. But, you know, it's cool to have that, more accurate, I suppose. Just put them to the side. So now we get the two. These two to me are like the best accessories. So we'll start off with the shirt. Why not? Of course, it's a Stone Cold shirt. I don't want to say it had detail on the back, but it didn't include it. Now, it is Velcro. I know some WWE shirts don't have Velcro. I think Ultimate Editions. Personally, I'm not too big of a fan of Velcro, no Velcro on figures. I just feel like it's makes the figure a lot hard, makes the shirt a lot harder to get on the figure. However, this is fine, you know, obviously you'll display it like that. And I do quite like it. It's definitely, you know, obviously part of the detail. So now we get into the hands. The hands, controversial with the figure. I've heard people say that this figure was rushed. Personally, I can see elements of why they'd say that. And this is one of the reasons why I'm going to say it feels a bit rushed. So you do get 3 pairs of interchangeable hands. I think on the figure it came with, I can't remember which hands came on the figure, but these are all the hands you get. So you get this sort of go to sleep hands, but there is no tattoo, drug-free tattoos on it, which is a bit annoying. And also, I think it was Bret Live that pointed it out. CM Punk, whenever he has these X's on his hand, straight edge X's, he does actually draw it on himself. However, this looks like it's been printed on, which I don't know. I want to say on his old figures, it did look like it was sort of drawn on. However, hopefully, you know, feedback from, obviously, this figure, Mattel know what they can improve on. But, you know, I do quite like these hands. Obviously, you know, you can go to sleep. So it's definitely cool to get those hands. Also, you do get a pair of mic holding hands, you know, pretty basic mic holding hands. Of course, hold the microphone with this one. Definitely need these ones. No drug-free tattoos on those, but now we get to these. This is the best pair of hands, in my opinion, that we've ever got with a CM Punk figure. Finally, after all of these years, with a WWE figure, we do get a pair of close-fisted hands. I don't think that we ever got close-fisted hands with CM Punk figures, or we very rarely did. But yeah, there they are. Of course, these do have the drug-free, and I probably will display the figure with these hands. But yeah, it's glad that they included these. You know, it's obviously with WWE figures, AEW figures, wrestling figures as a whole, it's just, you know, the little details that they add, like these pair of hands, that improve the figure just by little bits. And you might not think that they do, but they do. And it just, you know, improves the figure, and it definitely, you know, helps the figure make it look a lot better. So I'll definitely displaying the figure with that. So now, let's get on to the CM Punk figure itself. So here we are with the figure itself, and first thing I'm going to say, initial thoughts, this figure's impressive, and I'm going to get into all the details of the figure, but I just want to take a look at it for a second, because with the background, this figure's impressive. So let's get into the figure, I suppose. So I'll start with the head scan. So the head scan, it is pretty much the Elite 16 head scan, however, obviously true FX and updated technology, and I do quite like it. And I have noticed with the lip piercing, rather than sort of sculpting it on, they have painted it, which is different. And it does look a bit weird because they've painted it on. However, it's not too bad. But yeah, I definitely like this true FX head scan. You know, obviously the paint application's different. Got a bit of brown in the beard, and I do like it. So, and of course, you know, is interchangeable. So until we get more CM Punk figures, you know, you can put different head scans on it. So the body. So now let's get into this, because this is unique. So I have heard some people, there's somebody on Instagram, I forgot his name, who he complains about Mattel a lot, and I can't remember his name. I've got nothing against him. He complains about Mattel a lot, which is, you know, if you want to do that, which is understandable. You know, obviously I complain at, you know, quite a lot of stuff. I don't make Instagram posts about it, but I do complain about a lot of stuff. However, whatever the guy's name is, I forgot his name. There is stuff I often agree with him on. And now, the one thing I agree with him on 100%, and aside from him, a lot of other people can agree with me on this. Mattel's quality control in 2024 isn't the best, and this goes for AEW figures. Quality control, obviously, quality control is how the figure is made. This figure, the torso is a bit loose, but this arm feels a bit sort of locked in. It won't sort of go back. Luckily, it is how I want it, but I don't know, and also on the wrist, there is a bit of paint loss. I just feel like quality control nowadays, it sucks. Put it like that. It's quite good, however, there's definitely a lot of negatives with quality control now. Figures just feel like, I don't know, if you get a figure now, for example, from, if you're in the UK, Smiths, from Mattel, chances are that figure has either got a loose leg, paint loss or something, and it is annoying. I will say so. Mattel, maybe try working on your quality control. That's the one improvement I suggest. So, quality control stuff aside, let's go on to this torso. So, of course, I think this is accurate in terms of he didn't have the red on the chest tattoo yet, but the green, I've noticed, is a lot brighter, which might not be accurate, but I definitely like it like that. More brighter chest tattoo. The arms, of course, double jointed arms. What is there to not like? And I feel like that might be why quality control isn't perfect, because obviously, you know, they've got to factor in double jointed arms and stuff. But this arm, now, because of how this figure was displayed in the box, this elbow pad is sort of a bit misshaped. But luckily, it's not too bad. But yeah, of course, I have put the fisted hands on it. And everything about this, you know, obviously the tattoos, the back definitely feels a lot better compared to the old CM Punk Elites. But the upper part of the body, perfect. So now the lower part, the trunks, the stars are spread out a bit. I'm not sure, maybe if this figure gets re-released, I can maybe improve it. Sorry about my hand shaking. But yeah, the stars definitely do feel stretched out a bit, which is a bit annoying. However, it's not too bad. But yeah, there's the trunks. Definitely do like it. Now it is on ball joints, this figure, which is a bit annoying. However, you know, it still does go forward, backwards. It just doesn't really go sideways, which is a bit annoying. However, hopefully they do start getting these figures on ball joints. So now, the legs, I feel like it's the right mould. I wish they used smaller knee pads rather than these. However, I'm not really going to complain. The lower knees, now, it has used sort of the old CM Punk style figures. And, well, some elites now do this where rather than sort of having the kick pad as one piece, it's two separate pieces. So there is a cut there, articulation. It's articulation, but personally, I'm not a fan because now to boot swap this, I've got to do a lower leg swap, which is annoying. I'd rather just take the boot off, but you know, I aren't going to be getting, you know, loads of these for customs. You know, I'd rather get, for example, the Ultimate Edition for customs, but I can definitely, you know, get a few of these for customs. However, boot swaps are going to be hard. But I do really like this figure. Of course, CM Punk's worn this, you know. If you want to get this now, put a different torso on with where he had no chest tattoos. You can do that. Put black kick pads on so it looks like his attire just before he left WWE. I know he also did wear this attire in AEW with black kick pads, so there's definitely a lot of combinations. However, just because of that kick pad, it is a bit annoying. But the stars, I feel like, you know, they've done them well. But I've heard some people say there's some paint applications missing, but personally, I don't feel like it's too bad. Definitely the right colour, right yellow, and I definitely do think it's a really good figure. So now, I think what you're all waiting for, comparisons. So, got a couple of comparisons to do. So, I'm just going to get them all next to him now. We've got the CM Punk Supreme, of course the AEW figure, CM Punk Elite 29, and we put that there. Put that there. And now I'm pretty sure the figure, you know what I'm going to compare this to. Not the Elite 16. The All-Stars CM Punk Elite. So, there's a reason I've shown all these specific figures. CM Punk's last WWE Elite figure. The figure that this is attire is based on. Pretty much the same. And CM Punk's most updated figure that we've got from AEW. So, just looking at it now, there's definitely, I know this one's bigger, but you can definitely see the difference in the chest tattoo. This is more brighter but also darker at the same time, if that makes sense. Looking at that, the green is darker. So, you know, just looking at that, I always find comparisons hard to do because obviously you've got to factor in the different, well, this was made last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. But the figure, of course, there's the last CM Punk figure that we got. Did this have an elbow pad on? I don't think it did, but if it does, I'd definitely need to put that one on. Sorry about it not focusing. I'm not sure if it's because of the background or not, but yeah, so there it is. After all of these years. But now the figure that I most want to compare this to, is the All-Stars figure. So now this All-Stars figure, it's not in mint condition. Nearly is, but it's not in mint condition. There's a couple of little scuffs. But I want to say the yellow is slightly different. But you can definitely see how the trunks, they have sort of rushed them a bit. But yeah, it's pretty much the same attire. Well, it is the same attire. I don't think there's any difference. But of course, you know, I know that on the early CM Punk figures, when he had no chest tattoo, they did make the tattoos darker on the arms, which I'm not a fan of. I feel like the tattoos on the arm are lighter. But yeah, there it is. Definitely a difference. But I do quite like it, and I do feel like this one that we've just got is maybe better than that. But I do quite like all of these figures. So that's it for the comparisons and pretty much everything to cover for this figure. And overall, this figure, yeah, there's a few negatives to it. It feels a bit rushed. However, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. It's a solid figure, you know, obviously details there, tattoos. It is really good, and obviously, most importantly, it's good to finally have that pipe bomb in the background made in figure form. And the only reason it's lost 2 stars is simply just because, not because of the quality control. I feel like obviously that'll factor for different people. I just feel like it does feel a bit rushed. Obviously, the stars and the tattoos on the hands, but apart from that, it's perfect. There isn't much to complain about, and it's definitely a cool figure. Once again, it's cool to have in figure form. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and I know I might have dragged it on a bit, but that was pretty much just to talk about this figure itself. And make sure you watch the other video where I did unbox this, and if you haven't subscribed, you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.